Do buckaroos, I'm having a Leine's Ipple. How do you do, buckaroos? How the heck are you? So I've got my last one here from the Leinenkugels Explorer Pack, their IPL. So I'm going to try to read you just a touch from their website. It is 6%, 57 IBUs. Everything you love about hops comes through. Excuse me. More clearly because IPL is a lager instead of an ale. We brew ours with five varieties of hops, including Mandarina Bavaria from Germany and Citra from right here in the U.S. We taste citrus, tropical fruit notes, and a little spicy pepper, followed by refreshing, crisp finish. Give it a try and see what you discover. 6%, 57 IBUs. Once again, so let's give her a shot, shall we? Let's drink the damn beer, Tom. I got my angle a little messed up there. Sorry, guys. There we go. Oh, yeah. The aromas are interesting, actually. Yeah, a whole lot of citrus, tropical fruit, and little pepper, just like they described. I'm getting a lot of tangerine or mandarin orange. There are some pepper notes here. I'm getting some tropical fruit notes that you would expect. Some mango. There's some other citrus going on. You're going to get bits of grapefruit. It does pour very nice, though. I got to tell you, of the four beers that I poured from this pack, this is the only one that poured with a substantial head that lasted. The rest of them dissipated rather quickly, especially the canoe paddler. I'm guessing that's probably due to the fact that they add corn syrup to that poor beer, and it does not belong there. That one, as soon as you poured it, just poured like a macro. Anyways, but this one did pour nice, and it still has some head, and it's been sitting for a few minutes. Not terrible. It's not the worst thing I've ever had my lips around, I'll tell you that. And I don't have to pick hair from my teeth. Yeah, it's not. It ain't the worst thing I've ever had. It's certainly not the best, but it's not bad. It's enjoyable. I don't know if this is available in six packs or not. I haven't looked it up. I really don't give a rat's ass. Truth is, I probably won't buy it again. But it isn't bad at the right price. I might pick it up, especially if I was doing if I was going to a barbecue picnic, whatever, where there was mostly macro drinkers around. It might be something I could talk a macro drinker into at least trying. Um, because although there are some hops going on, it's not overly bitter. It'd be one of those beers that maybe not everybody, not every macro drinker is going to get it, but you might get that one to enjoy it. And if you know you could, or if they did, then you could maybe steer them to other craft or actual real craft beers. And that's the thing about packs like this. I got to tell you, I don't have a serious dislike for Leinenkugels because I do think beers like these can serve as gateway beers to lead people to actual beer. I know that's going to irritate some folks, but I don't care. And the thing of it is, if a macro drinker bought this pack because they like the summer shandy and the canoe paddler, but for some reason they enjoy the beer garden tart, which is, an almost Berliner Weiss, or they enjoy this beer, it may steer them to actually look for craft beers and find out why the ingredients are better, find out why it is craft beer. So for that, I'm gonna cut them a little bit of slack, man. Yeah, fix my angle here. I'm trying what the angle, man. Anyways, oh mercy. You're right. I haven't given a lot of tasting notes. Sometimes I just like to pour a beer BS. I don't really do a beer review. I have said that in a million videos, I know. Besides, every once in a while someone will comment, you didn't give a lot of tasting notes. It's not a beer review, man. It's just me having a beer. But yeah, Tasting notes. I mean, it does have a decent malt middle. Get some nice toasty malts, even maybe this very slightest hint of caramel in the middle there. The hops used are nice though. Yeah, it is done a pretty good way. I gotta tell you, I don't know if I'll go as far to say as I'm impressed by it, but it is enjoyable. So I'm gonna have to revise my earlier statement when I said I probably won't buy this again. I probably won't buy this pack again unless it goes way the hell down. Actually, it was priced not bad at 14.28 to be honest. But if somebody happened to put it on sale for 10.99 in the middle of August, when it was hot as hell and I just wanted quantity beers, I will probably buy it again. But the IPL specifically, if I found it in six packs, would I buy it? Yeah, again, under the right circumstances, I might because I don't find it off-putting. I don't know if I find it as outstanding, I do find it enjoyable. So how about that? So I'm gonna cut my ankle those little slack here. This ain't bad. I was a little cheesed to be honest with you. I had the canoe paddler earlier, and I was a little cheesed with it. It didn't get anywhere close. You know, it wasn't even in the ballpark of a Kolsch, in my opinion. I mean, the hallmark of a Kolsch, tasting notes aside, I'm not even going to get into the flavors of the beer, but it needs to be clean, crisp, and dry in the finish. That one was not. It finished extremely lazy. They do use corn syrup in it, and it was just disappointing on every freaking level. Now I got to tell you, the summer shandy in the pack is again. I hate to say this, but it is what it is. You know, if you want that style, it's certainly not a bad version of. You know, will I seek it out? No, but it's mostly because I'm not a shandy drinker. But I do know a lot of macro drinkers that do buy that instead of their macros. So if that again, if having one of those leads you to other craft shandies, that I'm fine with that. But I got to tell you, when I popped that beer, I just came in. I mean, I just finished my work day. I was hot. I was sweaty. I mean, well, I came home, I took a shower, and I just needed something to quench my thirst. And to be honest, that beer did the job. You know, it does what it's supposed to do. The beer garden tart again, it's not quite a Berliner Weiss, but they don't call it a Berliner Weiss either. They call it a Berliner Weiss inspired beer. The truth is that it wasn't bad, and if if having that beer inspires folks to really seek out actual craft Berliner Weisses, I'm good with it. The only real disappointment for me was the canoe paddler. I absolutely hated the hell out of it, to be honest with you. I was disappointed with it from every level. The flavors didn't work. Um, and again, the finish was so extremely lazy. I mean, the hallmark of a Kolsch, again, tasting notes aside, is it needs to be clean, crisp, and dry at the end. This one did none of those things. That beer was disappointing on every freaking level. But I gotta tell you, going back to the IPL here, I'm running this video long because I'm drinking beer. It's actually not bad. There are pleasant aromas and flavors going on. Again, I'm not finding anything off-putting. I know there are a lot of people are gonna. It's funny. Macro drinkers are gonna slam me for what I just said about the canoe paddler, while other craft drinkers are gonna slam me for not taking shots at some of the others. Again, they are what they are. I'm not expecting them to be perfect craft beers, but this one actually isn't bad. I'm not finding anything off or wrong with it. I'm not seeing anything outstanding about it. There's nothing out there to make me go, "Holy crap, can be!" But but then again, that's not what I was looking for tonight. You know what I mean? I think that's something craft beer drinkers seem to forget is that not every beer has to be hallelujah. Sometimes it just needs to hit the spot at that moment, and that's why non-craft beer drinkers think every craft beer drinker is a snob because so many seem to think every beer has to be just crazy outstanding. Sometimes it just needs to do its job. This beer does its job. I think it works. It works. Ah, good night. It's not actually night, but I'm going to say good night anyway, man. Well, Buckaroo, that's my rundown on the Leinenkugel's Explorer Pack. For me, this IPL was nice and certainly worth trying one time.